I'm going to Spiral. I'm sending out links. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I have to Spiral one more time. I'm sending out a link to Twits. To the Twits on X. What? Don't go anywhere. Okay. The Twits got the link over on X. The Facebookers got the link over on Facebook. The Tubers, well, they're not here because I don't draw a crowd anymore. I cannot believe that nobody's here to go on a field trip with me. You know what? That's fine. I'm going to start this anyway. So I woke up this morning and I felt pretty good. So I traveled down from my safe house. During the video, I'll tell people to rewind to the beginning, about a minute and a half in. So I traveled down from New York from my safe house. I felt good this morning. I woke up and I felt good. I never feel good. Anyway, so I decided to take a drive. I had to go to the store. But instead of going to the store up by the safe house in New York, I came to Jersey because, oh, you can take the girl out of Jersey, but you can't take the Jersey out of the girl. Even when I was in Tennessee, my friends were calling me the Jersey Rebel. So, Kratom. I drove down. Remember the story about where I ran through the neighborhood naked? Well, I decided to take a walk down memory lane. I got so much garbage in my car right now. So I decided to take a walk down memory lane. Do they have a garbage here? No. And I don't think I can get out that way. All right, so nobody's here, but that's okay. I want to take a walk down memory lane. Remember the story I told you, December 20th of 2014, I woke up, I called detective number 19 and detective number 51. I don't know their names. I know their badge numbers. I called those detectives on myself, and then I proceeded to run through the neighborhood naked, reenacting human hunting parties I had been put through as a child. Buckingham Palace, dungeons. I was chained up there. Buckingham Palace, Queen Elizabeth put me through a human hunting party. Castle Amaro, you know it as Mothers of Darkness Castle. That was another human hunting party that I was at. The 1,000 Points of Light, I think I know what that is because I was there. So where I am right now is in Newfoundland, New Jersey. And we're going to take a walk down memory lane. I'm going to drive down the roads that I ran through naked. And I'm going to bring you beautiful, fine folks with me. And you're going to see street signs and everything else. But remember, I don't live here. 10 years ago, I did, but not now. Now I'm up in, I really don't even want to tell you, but since everybody's bugging me, and I do have the permission of the safe house owner to say this much, because he knows I slip. I'm allowed to say Hudson Valley, and that's it. After that, you don't need to know where I am. Don't look, don't bother. I'm in a safe house. You don't need to know. Let's just say it's no longer Hudson's Valley, but now Holly's Valley, okay? Okay. I love the safe house. I love the safe house owner. I love my life, and I don't want it to change. But to be able to do what I do, I need to be in a safe house. Because, yes, human beings stalk me and follow me, and it's not fun. They also steal my testimony. But that's going to change pretty soon. All right, you ready? Field trip? Field trip. So we're in the state of New Jersey right now, in Newfoundland somewhere. Now stop looking at me. The last thing I want to do is be on camera. Now, I can't get out this way, can I? Yes, I can. All right. So first things first. Let's pull out without dying. All right. So where we are is Route 23, Newfoundland, New Jersey. First things first, we are going to drive past where I lived. But I need to mark out. Okay, not this gas station. This is the Sunoco. All right. First, we're going to map some things out. And I hope you can hear me because my window's open so I don't sweat to death, because we actually have sun shining. There's nothing falling from the skies. So, what we should come upon first is an Exxon gas station. And once we get through this light here, we're going to come upon that gas station, the Exxon. After the Exxon, we should go past a dog kennel. After we go past the dog kennel, we should go past the house where I was renting the expensive couch. We're going to make a U-turn, and then we're going to go back and try to retrace the steps I ran December 20th of 2014. All right. So we're starting kind of in the middle. You see that Exxon? All right. I had landed at that Exxon, but Jonathan Kahn never picked up his phone. I started walking down 23 coming this way. I wound up going through those bushes, cutting through those bushes and going into a development. Now keep looking. There should be a dog kennel place coming up on your left-hand side. And as a matter of fact, we see that sign right there, black and white sign with the dog on it. Clip shop. I landed there. They would not help me and they kicked me out. Now along here, right there is where I lived. Right there. Now I cannot make a turn here. All right, so I'm going to bang a U-turn and go back up 23. There should be a U-turn coming up, right? Should I get over? I hate this thing because it's spiraling. All right, so, hey, Erin, how are you, sweetheart? I'm sorry for it spiraling, but when I tell you that I ran through the neighborhood naked, when I was renting that expensive couch, that's here. I want to, retrace my steps. I want to go back to the neighborhood that I ran through naked. If I can find the entrance to the neighborhood, because the neighborhood, like I said, I went up the embankment, through the bushes, over rocks, over trees, landed in a development, and then still all shit was breaking loose, you know? So, all right. Now we're going back up the other lane. All right, so the house that I rented was in the middle of the divider here, right? We were just on the other side of 22. I banged a U-turn. All right. I might have to bang a few more U-turns. I'm not sure. But this is where I lived when I woke up from the Super Soldier projects and the MK Ultra. All right. I'm on a live video. I'm going to make sure I stop for orange lights. I want to find that house that had the big blow-up doll Grinch on it, the house that I walked in. The lady told the cops that one day I don't lock my doors and this girl comes walking in my house saying she bumped her head, doesn't remember who she is, and can I call the cops? All right, here we go. So, I know you're just looking at bushes. But I lived the house that I lived in was in the divider here. Maybe I should have turned on that exit and went up there, up into there, because when I went to the Exxon to call Jonathan Kahn and my attorney, they never went up the curb and over the bush. And all right, so now I'm doing another U-turn. All right, because all right, I started out on the expensive couch, right? My mind was flipping. I had mind melt, shell shock, like combat soldiers come back from war with. The shell shock where they got one foot in war and their other foot, they're trying to touch down in reality and they can't. They're still stuck back in the war. And that's what happened to me December 20th of 2014. And if you stress me out too much, that shell shock comes back. I had asked a guest on the Sean Ryan show about shell shock, but the guy was so arrogant and egotistical, he never answered me. Too busy looking for Wonder Woman. He's too busy looking for Wonder Woman to deal with a layman like me, like Holly Baglio. So that's why I think Sean Ryan is kind of controlled opposition. He doesn't lead you to Yahusha. And as far as his guests don't help you either when you reach out to them. They get this ego about, oh, I've been on Sean Ryan's show, so my shite doesn't stink, but yours doesn't. I'm too good to talk to you now. All right, I got to go back down 23 and bang that Yui again. But since we're going back down, all right. So there's the dog place. And then right there, right here is where I lived in that house in the back. This is the very first time I am traveling down these roads. I want to find that development, the tree house. I told you about the tree house that I crawled up in. I was running from Nazi soldiers firing guns at me, trying to rape me and kill me. I hid in a tree house. Oh man, I went through hell that day, December 20th of 2014. Just sheer hell. And then I was told in the projects that you guys went through it too. You guys never went through the projects I went through. But they programmed me to think that all of you went through it. You know, I have memories of when I was a kid going through these dumps, and I thought that I'd never make it out alive. I thought I would never see the age of 40. When I was 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 20, 21, 22, 30, 31. I never thought I'd get out of the dumps. And I remember having those thoughts. The only way I'm going to get out is to die. That's the only way the warring is going to stop. That's the only way the fighting is going to stop, is when I'm dead. The one thing I wasn't banking on was Yahusha, though. When I went to him, he made all of it stop. It just stopped. That's it. He took my chaos away. That's why my favorite number is 11, because in occult it means chaos. Yahusha, my golden bow, takes my chaos away. I just have to focus on him and make sure, like when my mind and emotions are all out of whack, that I go to him and say, Abba, you're my refuge, and you're the only one that can handle me. And honestly, I don't want to be in anybody else's presence anyway. I just want you to be the only one who can handle me, Abba. Because you've been through it, Abba. They beat you. They crucified you. I remember one time one of my altars asked a question. I was not adding, and it was a sincere question from one of my baby doll altars. My baby doll altars were under the age of 10. One of my altars had asked my attorney, my father figure, Was Yahusha ever raped? Don't add to the Bible, blah, 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 and screamed at me. I was like, listen, they beat him. They cast lots for his clothes. He was a literal bloody pulp to the point his own mother could not recognize him. That's how bad they beat Yahusha. His own mother could not freaking recognize him. He looked literally like hamburger meat, right? So if anybody can understand what you've gone through, it's gonna be him, right? Right. And he's not gonna abandon you. And he's really awesome. He's really cool. But if you go to church or these online ministries, they're gonna dumb him down, make him weak, limp, boring, archaic. And meanwhile, he's a lot of fun. He's really funny. All right, I'm trying to get back to that development, right? Now, the Exxon station is right over there. All right. Now, I walked down 23 for a little bit, but then I cut up the bank and over the rocks, through the trees. So let's go see if I can find that development. This is the first time I've been taking a drive through here since the event happened 10 years ago. I know I came out on a cul-de-sac. There was a blue house and a yellow house. When I came up Circle Road, where did I come up? All right. 21. Okay, I'm sorry, not 21. Route 23 would be behind these houses right here. So there's nobody behind me. Well, if they have a neighborhood watch, talk to the neighborhood watch. I really don't care. Where did I come out? This is not really looking too familiar. Because I came out of the woods somewhere. And when I came out of the woods, I was on a cul-de-sac. Here I am on a cul-de-sac right now. I remember walking up a hill, but I wonder if there's another cul-de-sac around here. I'm not seeing any tree houses. I'm not sure if it was this cul-de-sac. But the houses were small like that, like one-level houses. I don't know. This doesn't really, it kind of looks like it, but not quite. It had to have been this cul-de-sac. I just don't remember it clearly. I'm not sure. Now, which way did I come in? This way, right? All right, so I don't know if I'm going to find exact house. That was a really rough morning 10 years ago. I know it was a yellow house and a blue house. It had to have been this cul-de-sac, because Route 23 is right that way. I shot up over the woods. Guaranteed this was the cul-de-sac I wound up in. You know what? Since I drove all the way here. Oops. I want to see it one more time. This has got to be the cul-de-sac that I wound up in. I bet you this is definitely the cul-de-sac I wound up in. But none of these houses are really hitting a chord with me. Like, they don't really look familiar. Because that one blue house, the garage was to the left of it. Okay, squirrel, get out of the way. Huh. None of these houses look like it, but it's a cul-de-sac. Could it have been that one? No. No. No, because their front yard was flat and level. That wasn't it. And there's no outlet there. Huh. I'm going to take a drive down one more time. I was one hurting. Oh, that's it. That's the house. That's the house right there. That's the first one I was running around. I just found it. That's right. Okay, I know where I'm at now. I know where I'm at now. All right, I came out of the bushes. So, where are you? I came out of the bushes somewhere along here. Like, literally, just came out of the bushes, right? December 20th of 2014. Sleeting outside in socks, sweatpants, and a t-shirt. There was a guy here in a truck. He came out to his truck. He looked at me. I was going to ask him for help, but then all of a sudden his eyes turned black and sunk into his head. I refused to ask for help from the guy. This is going back 10 years ago. I kept walking. My mind was flipping. I was back in a human hunting party. I was back in the dumbs. I was back with Nazis trying to kill me, trying to chase me, trying to rape me. And there were other kids that were naked running next to me. We were all trying to get away. We were trying to run. Then I come to this house. Then I come to this house. You see this house? That's the house, I believe, where they had Christmas lights along their house. And when I saw the timer they had, that little door, I was crouched in by that little door, taking cover from the Nazis trying to kill me. I was crouched down. I ran around the back. I'm like, Grandma, I'm home. It wasn't my house. My mind was flipping. They had a timer. They had a timer on the Christmas lights. Well, I'm going through shell shock, so I thought that timer was a bomb. I rip the timer off and throw it. All the Christmas lights along the roof of the house go flying off with the timer. I ripped them off. I thought it was a bomb. I was going through severe shell shock. Severe shell shock. My mind starts calming down. There's a tree house in the woods back there somewhere, unless they took it down. I climbed up in that tree house. I was hiding from a flood that was coming in. All of a sudden, DMX is with me, and we're fighting bad guys, like blowing people away. My mind finally started calming down. I tried to get my wits about me. I get my clothes back on, and now I'm looking for somebody to call the cops to get me an ambulance to take me to the hospital. I start walking down the street again, right? It could have been that house right there, or it could have been that house up there. One of these houses, they had a Grinch. They had a Grinch on the front yard. And when I saw the Grinch on their front yard, a big blow-up doll, I'm thinking I'm home, but I'm not home. It was just that I liked the Grinch when I was growing up as a kid, and all my altars are flying all over the place. So I walk up to the house, open up the front door, walk into the foyer, close the front door behind me, and sit down on my butt, resting my head on my knees. A lady comes around the corner, and she's like, "Who are you? Why are you in my house?" And I was like, "Lady, I fell. I bumped my head. I don't know who I am. I called the cops before. Nobody would take me to the hospital. Please call for an ambulance. I've been trying to make my way to the hospital. I don't know who I am. I don't know if I'm Holly Gabriel or Holly Baglio. I don't know if I live at 313 White Neck Road or on Mercer Street in Somerville or on Washington Street in Denellen. I don't know who I am. Please, I need a hospital." Right there. Then the cops show up. The one cop literally pulled his gun on me. I was like, "I don't belong in jail. I belong in a hospital, dumbass." Cops are the dumbest people I've ever met. Well, actually, no, that's not true. My biological mother is the dumbest person. But these cops should be trained in how to deal with someone that has shell shock. They need to be trained and know how to deal with people that have mental issues. Of it, I know firsthand. Wow, so that's the development that I ran through naked 10 years ago. Reenacting human hunting parties that I had been put through by your tax dollars, sponsored by your tax dollars. I never asked to be born, but you paid your tax dollars to a rogue government, and here I am. And we the people did it. We the people have lost their power. They've lost their common sense. They're full of pride, and any somebody's filled with pride, that's when they fall. And we the people have a ton of pride that they don't deserve. They sit on their pompous asses. And so what if you're a constitutionalist? I can't tell you how many times, "Oh, I support the Constitution and I do this and I do." You're sitting on your ass just talking to me. You're not out there making the world a better place. When Biden was president, what did you do? Nothing besides complain, so shut up. I don't want to hear about your constitutionalism and we the people when you guys don't do anything. And I'm a product of what you guys don't do. Anyway, hey, Bonnie. Excuse me. You know, a lot of times I come here to vent. There's no reason for it to bother that. There's no reason for me to spiral, and it's on my side. You want to see? Well, I can't really show you. You want to see? Well, I can't really show you. Because right now I'm going to go to my friend's house. I can't really show you directions. But I guess it's back up to New York for me. Wow, so that's where I ran through the neighborhood naked 10 and a half years ago. Wow. How far I've come in a decade. It's time I get myself back. You know, Shelly, somebody named Allie stealing my testimony. It's time I start giving my testimony instead of those people stealing it from me, trying to pass it off as their own. Same with Susan, Sterling, and all of those people. There's this one girl, she had the audacity to tell me that she's my friend. Oh, Holly, I've been listening to you for 3 years, and now all of a sudden, I think I was trafficked too. Holly, why would I be able to sympathize and empathize with you and your story unless I went through it too? Oh, give me a break. If you went through it, you'd have memories. There's another guy. Oh, well, I don't have any memories, but I know I went through the dumbs. The reason why you don't have memories of the dumbs is because you were not there. You weren't there. Stop trying to be a victim. Stop trying to get popularity through playing victim. I'm so sick and tired of victims I could vomit. Give me the victim that wants to do the work. They can turn themselves into a survivor through the blood of the Lamb, Yahushua Mashiach. But all these other people, they sit there playing victim because they want to play victim. That was the one thing. When I got full reintegration, I knew right then and there my support was going to go away. Because the people in the audience, they want sensationalism, they want drama, they want to see you miserable day in and day out. And when you're not miserable day in, day out with drama, then they don't support you. They're nowhere to be found. Oh, she's healthy, she's fine, okay, I'll be on my way. There's no drama when Holly's happy, healthy, and fine. I mean, why can't I have support still, even though I am happy and healthy? Why can't I still have friends? Why can't we just enjoy life? Why does there always have to be drama, something wrong? Why does always something have to be wrong for people to get along? Why can't we just say it's a beautiful day? We're both healthy, we're both feeling good. Let's embrace these couple of hours that are good. No, people want to embrace victimhood all the time. I'll be honest, I have some friends. I don't talk to them because all they do is complain. Oh, when I was trafficked, I was raped, and today I got to sit on an ice pack. 2 weeks later, you call, oh yeah, I was raped, I'm still sitting on the same ice pack. 2 years later, oh yeah, I was raped, I'm still sitting on the ice pack. 20 years later, I was raped, I'm still sitting on the ice pack. And that's all you ever hear from them. There's no way to have a friendship with somebody like that. I don't want to be friends with somebody like that. Yeah, I was raped, but I talk about a whole hell of a lot of other things. I moved past it. I got beyond it. Now I'm a whistleblower to it. I remember this one lady, oh, Holly, I would never call myself a whistleblower. Well, you ain't from the dumbs. You ain't got nothing to whistleblow on. So if I were you, I wouldn't call myself a whistleblower either, because you'd be a big fat liar, bigger and fatter than you are already. Me, yeah, I am a whistleblower. And I will take that title because that's exactly what I am and exactly what Yahuwah has me doing. Or you get these pulpits. Oh, I don't like it when you call yourself a disciple to Yahuwah. I don't listen when people call themselves disciples because I don't like that word. Meanwhile, what does Yahuwah say in the Bible? He says to go out and make disciples of all nations. And then you got these pulpits. Oh, you're not allowed to call yourself a disciple because I'm uncomfortable with the word. Yeah. And you also don't have any spiritual gifts. So what are you doing up at the pulpit? Because you want popularity, you want money, and God gets you those things, I guess, or using his name gets you those things. There's a bunch of false messages going around out there, and the people spewing the false messages ought to have enough common sense to take themselves off the pulpit and repent to Yahuwah, and then go back into all those people that they gave a false message to, correct themselves and give the right message to. But they don't do that. Get these people talking to Jehovah, spewing about a rapture, and it's a lie coming from an entity that's impostoring Yahushua, our Savior. But do they buck up? Oh, well, I'm still saving souls, and I still have prophecy. No, you don't. You've got an evil entity impostering Yahushua. Your prophecies are only 50% right at best, and the message you're carrying is nothing but a bunch of lies. And everybody you tell that message to is going to follow you straight into hell, and then you're going to be stuck with them for eternity. So it won't just be the demons beating on you. It's also going to be the people beating on you who you gave the false message to. Yeah, these pastors and pulpits don't think about that, do they? They don't think about the rapture they preach you is going to land them in hell. And who else is going to be in hell? Those hundreds and thousands of people that they promised the rapture was true to. Like Paul Begley. Oh, once they all land in hell, there's going to be a lot of disgruntled husbands looking for Begley. You promised me there was a rapture, holy man. You swore up and down with your big, fat, gold diamond rings that there was a rapture, and I believed you, Begley. And look at where we are now for eternity. I believed you, and you swore it was real. You wrote how many books about a rapture, and you lied to me. Well, for eternity, I'm going to remember you lied to me because now I'm in hell, stuck with you. Mike from around the world. Yeah, he sounds like a drill sergeant. You'd follow him into war. Yeah, he's going to march you guys straight into hell with his false messages and his false doctrine and his false prophecy. This is why I keep telling you guys to go to Yahuwah directly for yourselves. You're going to meet a sense of humor first, but everything he says in the Bible is the way it is. That's it. You don't get to twist it, change it, or make it up as you go. But when you go to him and you mean it and you mean business, he's going to answer you. Just like he did me. How do you think I got his seal upon my forehead? Because I went to him. And because I went to him, he was able to give it to me. And if you go to him, just imagine what he's going to be able to give to you. And then you get these other people. Oh, God showed me this and God showed me that. Listen, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. When I tell you that Abba showed me something, it's because I had a dream or a vision. I don't talk out my ass. And I don't steal somebody else's words, trying to make them my own. So when I do go to talk, I sound just so glorious and wonderful. When I tell you Yahuwah showed me something, it's because he gave me a dream and a vision. I notice some people say, oh, God showed me this and God showed me that. And meanwhile, they didn't have a dream or a vision. That still small voice didn't talk to him. They're running around YouTube watching videos, and when they hear a good idea, they run back, oh, Holly, God's shown me something. God didn't show you that. You're watching a damn video. Can Abba lead you to a video? Yes, he can. But when he shows me something, guys, he gives me a dream or vision. He answers me in the spirit. When he leads me to a person or a video, it's a confirmation to something he's already shown me in a dream or vision. So when I tell you that he's shown me, it's because he gave me a vision of the very thing. I don't just say, oh, he's shown me, and try to have a power struggle over everybody else. That's another thing I don't get. I think people make up God as they go way too often. Holly, well, God doesn't talk to me like he talks to you. Well, maybe if you stop talking to me and start talking to him, he'd start talking to you like he does me. You ain't spending any time with him. When's the last time you prayed with fasting? For any length of time. I'm going to tell you guys something. When I first turned to Yahuwah in the year 2014, from 2014 to 2016, I did approximately 17 rounds of 40 days of prayer and fasting. That's how many days? That's how many days? 600-700 days. So in the first 2 years of me turning to Yahuwah, I spent 600 of those days with just him, reading his Bible, just him and me. When have you guys spent that kind of time with him? When you spend that kind of time with him, then you're probably going to have a relationship with him that I have with him. But I spent the time with him. You guys, I've not seen you guys spend that kind of time with him. When have you taken 2 years where you turned off your phone, didn't hang out with your friends, didn't pay attention to your TV, and you just had your nose in the book, in the Bible, and that's all you did for 2 years, was talk to him, pray for others, learn spiritual warfare, engage in spiritual warfare, and just get to know him for 2 years straight? I don't know one person who's done what I've done. And I'm not saying I'm better than you. I am saying that Yahuwah led me to do everything that I've done. It's because of him I spent those 2 years with him. He drew me to him to do that. When have you guys spent that kind of time with him? And until you do, and that should answer your question as to why he talks to me the way he does. I'm serving his kingdom. I'm spending time with him. I'm doing my spiritual warfare. I'm doing baptisms by water and fire for other people. I'm winning other people's souls. I'm spending time with just him, getting to know him. And that's how come I have discernment, because I've spent time with him to know him. When you guys turn on your devices and you go into these ministries who are preaching, that's not spending time with Yahuwah. That's you spending time with all those people in the chat room. Fellowship is for you. Fellowship does nothing for him. It does not advance the kingdom of heaven. So when you're going all over the internet trying to find this video and that video, and you think you're learning about God, you're not. If you want to learn about God, then you go to him. Not YouTube.com, not Rumble, not Facebook, not anywhere else. And you let him talk. You let him teach you. Shoot, I would run off and spend 2 years with just him all over again. Give me my crayons, paper, Bible, and goodbye. Give me my cat. I'll see you guys later. And I don't see anybody spending that kind of time with him. I see everybody using his name. I see everybody running to and fro, but they don't run to him. Yahusha is King of Kings. They don't ask him, what's your name? They don't ask him, what do you like? What do you dislike? They don't ask him squat. But they run to and fro. They run the videos. They run the churches. They run the ministries. They run the theologians and scholars and academics. They run to somebody who has a big vocabulary. But they never run to him and they never rely on him. If they were, I'd be able to see it. One of my gifts is I can see the spirit realm playing out above everybody's head. And I try to encourage you and inspire you guys, but the majority of you guys just fall by the wayside. You want the blessings, but you don't want to do the work. You want the knowledge, but you don't want to put your nose in the book to learn the knowledge. You want to do it your own way. You want to believe that there's reincarnation because it suits your fancy. Meanwhile, by Yahusha's resurrection, he already disproved reincarnation. You people want the new age Jesus. You don't want Yahusha Mashiach, because if you wanted Yahusha, you'd go to him and say, what's your name? What should I call you? Who are you? What's your personality? What's your countenance? What's your opinion? What are your ways? Who are you? What do you like? Can we go hang out together and spend the day, just you and me? And that's why I'm his wife. I know my husband. As far as that cross-eyed Mahdi guy, he's going straight to hell along with every guy and woman he's been having sex with. He's a cult. He is not the successor of Yahusha Mashiach. Yahusha does not have a successor. Yahusha himself is returning. He doesn't have a successor. Yahusha doesn't need a successor. He's still alive. Anyway, they said they were my friend, but they never subscribed to me. They were never a friend on Facebook friends list, but they get in my chat room and tell me what to do. They gaslight me, cast a bad light on me. This one person, I'm actually glad they're no longer around, because they come in my chat room. Oh, Holly, get over it. And meanwhile, Abba's telling me to tell you guys a story, to show you something. And here's this guy. Oh, Holly, baby, 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 baby. Excuse you. It is a part of my calling to be a whistleblower. When I tell you my stories from the loser felon dude who collapsed my lung, the dude who collapsed my lung verbally said at the trial, I pled guilty because I attacked Holly Baglio the way a lion attacks a gazelle to take it down for dinner. I attacked her from behind as she was trying to run away. I plead guilty to felony aggravated assault. So from that dude to Mangley to the Dumbs to everything I've experienced in my life, I'm over it. But my calling is to be a whistleblower and to tell you my stories. They don't bother me. I'm past it. I'm healed. It's not my fault if you guys or that guy is not past your past. You haven't moved on for your past, but don't project that onto me. I'm doing what Abba tells me to do. There's no reason for it to spiral like that. No reason. Really pisses me off. You know what's also pissing me off is this hot flash. I get very upset through these hot flashes. Can't take them. I haven't gained my weight back yet. Once I do, the hot flashes will stop, and then I'll get my period. But I got to get myself up to 110 pounds, and I'll tell you, it's like a mountain. Trying to gain weight. Oh, and for all you fat people, if you ever get on my ass again like Heidi did, I'm going to go get dish soap and put it in your mouth. Mark my words, you fat people like Heidi. Getting on my ass like you did in 2019, Jody too. Oh, you're so skinny. Eat, 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 eat. Well, you're so fat because you don't stop eating. You don't fast either. Any of you get on me about my weight, and you mark my words, I will put soap in your mouth. So sick and tired of fat people's comments, I could scream. And if you don't like me and what I do, go to a different channel. Man, all that crap I took in 2019 from that woman, Heidi, pressuring me, you gotta eat, you gotta eat, you gotta eat. I do eat. And you treating me like that is stressing me out to the point that I don't want to eat. Secondly, I don't like your cooking. Thirdly, I don't eat food at a gas station. Fourthly, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm not yours. You see this ring on my finger? That's Yahusha's ring on my finger. I'm his. If he has a problem with my weight, he'll work with me on it. Usually always those fat people are jealous. And I got to hear all about it because they project their fatness onto me. And that's another thing. You fat people, stop wearing spandex. That's the most grotesque thing I've ever seen. You're supposed to cover up your rolls, not highlight them. You fat people with your comments, I'm tired of it. Leave me and my body weight alone. You ain't got nothing to say to me about my body weight, especially when yours is so freaking out of control. So, Meenakshi, you're the only one that's not going to get soap in their mouth. You're fine. No, I'm just talking about other situations I've had to deal with. I do talk to a lot of different people, and I'm very respectful to them. I am. I'm courteous. I yes them to death so they feel good. I do. Meanwhile, I walk away feeling bad. No. See, that's where Yahuwah has to refine me, because I have to feel comfortable to say no to people. I have to feel comfortable to speak up for myself. And see, I have this bad habit of being a grenade. I bottle things up, and then when I get full, I just explode. I have to take situations as they come and deal with them exactly as they come. And I still struggle with all of that. But, you know, I'm always constantly reevaluating myself, living a life of repentance. And these so-called believers or so-called people that say they're my friends come along and they're not focused on themselves or their own fat ass, their own fat, pompous ass. They're more concerned in trying to manipulate me and dictate to me things. It's like, yo, Yahuwah obviously already has me. I have his living seal on my forehead. You need to be worried about yourself because I don't see that same living seal on your forehead. Stop worrying about the girl that Yahuwah already has in his hand and start worrying about your own self. That's why I'm here, because you guys need help. I already got him. All right. I think I might shut this down. Is that? All right. I'm going to shut this down because the owner's home and he doesn't want to deal with me doing a video. So I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Well, actually, I don't have to go. but maybe I can come back and do like a broadcast about demonic possession and demons. Why don't I do that? Why don't I get my marbles together and write a decent broadcast and come back and hang out? I love you people so much. It's so great to see you, Meenakshi. I'll tell you, Meenakshi, me and Joe are living vicariously through you and Joseph. We pray that you and Joseph have just a beautiful, beautiful relationship. And you're the first couple ever on HTV. And I'm really honored to be your friend, Meenakshi. Seriously, like, thank you. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Oops. Sorry. I turned it off.